one of the heaviest top games ever. I mean, the guy is so heavy on top. It's incredible. The pressure he can create. You saw that, and I thought it was good that Dan Cormier picked it up. You saw the panic in Jan Blachowicz when he was getting that can opener and he wasn't opening his legs. It's like, open your legs, dummy, relieve the pressure. What are you doing? But he's getting can opener. You could see there was and that just goes to show you the strength of Glover in the top position. And he is just, his hips are so heavy. Everyone that's ever will tell you, look, man, when that guy's on top of you, he's 500 pounds. He is so heavy and knows where to put his body and everything. You know, it's so important in the grappling arts when you're talking top level competition, because look, Jan Blachowicz is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but how many times do we talk about this, Josh? There's levels to this. And yes, you'll get a guy that's got a black belt, and he's good. He's good with his grappling. He's good with his jiu-jitsu. But it's not at the level of the guy that he's competing against. And you go, man, I'm just telling you, there's a difference in that level. There's a difference in, if that fight hits the ground, what both guys are going to be able to do. There's just going to be a difference. One guy's just much more dangerous and has a pressure that can create situations that forces you into moving a certain way or giving something up that he's looking for, and that'll be the end of the fight. And that's really what happened. But, man, I take nothing away from Jan. Jan's a tough dude. He came out, and it just wasn't there. And it's one of those nights, you know, again, we talk about this. Every time you step in there, it's just not your night. And there's times you have to work your way past that, and there's times that the champions do, and there's times when you just can't because the other guy's on point that night, and he just gets it done, and that's what happened. But God bless Glover Teixeira. I loved seeing him get that belt wrapped around his waist.
You brought up something that I really wanted to talk about as well. In terms of not just levels to the jiu-jitsu game and the ground game, right? Just basic knowledge of open your legs on the can opener. I was thinking to myself, what are you doing? You're holding yourself in this position.
Yeah.
Like, post up on your elbows or your hands, scoot your hips back as you let go of your legs.
Absolutely.
He was so afraid of letting him passing the guard, and it showed because in the second round, once the fight hit the ground, he was able to pass the guard. The fight was over. And that was what you could tell. He was really focusing on keeping his guard closed because he wasn't as confident in his grappling as Glover is, obviously, from the top position. It just, when you talk about levels, and I'll give it an example that just so happened to come up because we had talked about levels in our midweek show. I consider myself to be pretty damn good. I've been a black belt for 10, 11 years now. I think, 11 years, almost 12. Anyways, a memory video came up of me training with Rafa Mendes. And I recall training with him and just thinking to myself, I had never heard of him before. I met him in Hawaii and trained with him with BJ Penn. And we were out there helping BJ get ready for one of his fights. And I had never heard of him. I just knew he was good. I was like, oh, you're a good black belt. And we trained, and he just mopped. And there's video that I had seen posted for their Mendes Brothers Academy AOJ down in Costa Mesa. And I clicked on it. Someone tagged me in it. And I was just getting mauled, just worked by this guy. And he's obviously just top of the food chain and a super nice guy. But like I said, like we're getting back to this, there's the levels, the certain levels, that simple level of just knowing, unlocking your legs, posting your hands, scooting your hips back, potentially doing that and then rolling right to an armbar because the position's there to attack an armbar from there when they're trying to can open you. Those little tiny things. And I know it's harder for bigger guys to move, especially with dealing with the strength, but it's just the basic knowledge of just opening your legs to relieve that pressure a little bit. It wasn't there. And I don't know if it's noticed because it's been so many years since he's really attacked the game of grappling and in terms of utilizing his grappling, or if it just has been so long since he's done a lot of grappling. I mean, he's fallen in love. We've seen this in the past.
Fallen in love with the power.
He's fallen in love with the Polish power.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. We all fell in love with the Polish power.
Yeah.
I know I fell in love with the Polish power. I love watching him fight because he possesses that knockout power. But then you get away from what made you a really good fighter. Sure, he got some knockouts and some wins, but being able to stuff people's takedowns, being able to take people down, be able to control top position, that makes you a better fighter. And that showed tonight with Glover. And the last thing I want to say is, I told everybody, don't sleep on Glover's stand-up. Don't sleep on his stand-up because he keeps tight with his defense. Now look, at 42 years old, it's hard to take big, clean shots. But he's worked his game around the fact that he doesn't take those hard, clean shots anymore. He did get with some good shots tonight, but he delivered a couple good shots himself.
Yep.
But the threat of the takedown really minimized how many hard shots he took because Jan was afraid to pull the trigger,
to overextend,
knowing that he could get taken down. Yeah,
Yep.
to overextend and get taken down. He fought a textbook fight. And Jan he didn't, like, when you have someone that's just afraid of being taken down and that sense of fearfulness, because if I end up on bottom, I can get my guard passed and I can get submitted like what happened. That changes the way that anybody fights. I don't care. You could tell me all you want. It changes the way people fight. And I look at Khabib and I look at Conor in that situation. Conor fights a certain way, but guess what? He's the one that got dropped because he was so fearful of the takedowns. You see it all the time. Nothing was different in this title fight. Glover Teixeira fought a damn good fight. Congratulations. I'm happy for him, man. He's deserved it. All the visa shit he went through from before, a lot of his prime years of him being an athlete and a fighter were wasted away waiting around for a visa,
right,
where he couldn't get in the UFC. I mean, I'm not saying he would have beat John Jones, but I'm saying that it would have been fun to see him at the younger stages of his career to fight the John Jones.
So he did fight John Jones. He lost to him. So.
No, I'm saying, but a younger.
Yeah.
He would have, he waited years to get his visa.
Sure.
So if he would have came in earlier,
he would have been before John Jones.
Yeah. But I wonder what that would have looked like. The young and up and coming John fighting the man,
established
full blown
yeah,
established Glover Teixeira. So that would have made for a great fight.
Yeah.
The
one thing you got to look at with the whole thing is though, John Hackelman being in his corner, light heavyweight champion with Chuck Liddell being his trainer. And, John for years was trying to tell people about Glover and how good he was and everything. And he finally gets a second championship light heavyweight belt with Glover. Now Chuck and then Glover. And so congratulations to John also, because I know that was a huge thing for him, a big moment. And all I can say is way to go, Glover, man. You made me proud, baby.
That's huge for any coach just to get one.
Yeah.
This guy's got two. And don't get me wrong, there's other coaches that have more and all this other stuff, but that's not the point. The point is to even be in that list of coaches. The list it's not a long list, no matter how long, MMA's been around a while, but it's not a long list.
No.
So, but to have two, that list is even shorter. And have more than that, it's just like, oh shit. Like, you're good. You're a really good coach.
Yeah.
So good for him. I'm happy for him.
People don't think about this, how long I want to say it was Robbie Lawler when he was actually with ATT was their first UFC champion. All those years, think about all those fights, all those years, they didn't have a UFC champion. Now they've got a ton.
No, that can't be.
I think it's true. Okay, go back and look. I think that Robbie might have been their first. If he wasn't their first, he was their second. Crazy when you think about it.
Wow.
Think about all the people.
No, never mind. I was thinking WC. I was thinking Mike.
No. I said UFC.
Yeah, UFC.
So past title holders, you got, now, and you can't really, like Douglas Lima says that's ATT, but that's not ATT Coconut Creek. That's ATT Atlanta. So a little bit different, but take a look at all of them. Dustin Poirier was after. There's Robbie Lawler at 2014. 2015 for Joanna.
Why is only Dave, how come only half your screen's coming up on my share screen?
That's all you need is that bracket right there.
You're going down on this side.
Yeah.
Okay, I was looking on the left side over here with the other ones. Okay.
So take a look at that. Look at all those.
Wow.
I got it right, dude.
Interesting.
Boom.
Calm down. We're not done yet, are
we? No, we're done. We are done, baby.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Pretty impressive. I mean, and so that's, take a look at what.
So Robbie was before Joanna?
Yeah. Joanna got a year after Robbie.
Nah.
So, but I mean, think about how long ATT had been there. How many great fighters
Oh yeah.
And this is, and that's a great coaching staff there, and they're awesome guys. And look how long it took them to get that UFC champion. And then this is the second one for John in the same weight class. I just think it's kind of cool. I feel really good for him. Way to go, John Hackelman. You're a good man.
100% agree. Look,